right, welcome. I'm so excited. This is our very first SuperVA podcast, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, whatever you want to call it. But we just have this aha moment that, hey, we wanted to do a live, right, every week so that, we're going to bring you a lot of values, right, telling you what is a SuperVA, right, and just to get you so excited to come into this industry because, man, we love this industry. But before we get started, obviously, I want to introduce myself, right? Hi, my name is Phyllis. I run a consulting company called Phyllis Song Consulting. My goal is to help all the virtual assistants so that they can work from home, make really good money, and raise their children at home and live a really good life so that, they are really living their life to the fullest. And the second person that is co-host with me is obviously Monique. Monique, she is our super VP. We'll explain to you what VP really means. But Monique, you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yes, hi guys. Hey, hi kid. Hi guys. My name is Monique. I am your super VP, which we will be explaining later. So I know some of you guys have known this already, but yes, I've been working for Phyllis Song for 12 years, and I always say this. And I think a lot of people are wondering, do you want a stable job? Is a virtual assistant a stable job? It is. I've been here, 11 years, running 12 years. So, yes, and I am currently handling the operations of the company. I am currently the COO of the company. So, yes, welcome to this first live session that we're doing with you.
Yes, and the third one is our newbies, right? He is a super VA. He has an amazing radio voice, really cute guys, right? We got to have a cute guys here so that we can draw all the girls coming into here, right? But nonetheless, Jack, why don't you introduce yourself?
All right. So good morning, good evening, people from around the world. Yeah. So we are from Phyllis Song Consulting, and I am one of the super VAs there, working with the CEO, Boss Phyllis, and I am the trainer and support as well there. Here in the community and what we are doing, the podcast that we are say forecasting, for the things and for the people. It's like we will bring a lot of value to you guys, a lot of things that you might have not heard from elsewhere before, and we are going to be sharing a lot of amazing things from our community that is just like, even if you have the best credit card in the world, you're not going to be able to swipe these good things. So better tune in, share it with your family, your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, everybody. And yeah, let's just enjoy, come in.
Yes. And our energy is based on your support. So make sure that you comment down below, right? Share the link to everyone because our goal is we want to be the number one industry standard industry leader, to help all the VA to have a voice, right? To know exactly what to do, how to do it. And we wanted to also break some of the myth in this community of, in this industry of virtual assistant. So let me introduce, tell you a little bit about my story with Monique, right? A long time ago, I am a very stressed business owner, right? I got to do a lot of things, right? And it was really tough, because it's like, God, like there's just so much things to do and I don't have the time to get things done. But again, I actually originally come from Malaysia. My mom actually run a maid agency in Philippines, not in Philippines, we have a lot of Filipino coming to Malaysia and Singapore to work to become a maid. And truth to be told, growing up, I got a lot of love from Filipino, and I have to tell you, most of the VAs in our community are Filipinos because I just love them, because they put so much heart and soul into, taking care of us, right? Because their kids is at home, in order for them to make ends meet, right? They have to come to they have to come to Singapore to take care of other people's children. And some of them do not see the kids, maybe once a year, twice a year. And then, and I was just like, wow, how can you do that, right? When I become a mother, I was like, wow, like they really sacrifice a lot, especially the moms, to, go overseas, make good money, send it home and never see their children. Now they thank God there's iPhone, so at least they can like do iPhone, seeing each other, right? But, and I never really know there's a term called OFW. And I never know that there's generational OFW, which means if you never heard about this, obviously you got super VA, right? Because in the immigration, you actually have 3 lines: resident, OFW worker, and everybody else. I was like, wow, OFW is real, And again, I was very fortunate. I hired Monique, at that time, again, if you are just like her, right? She was really young. She doesn't know much. We just get her to post some ads for us on, Craigslist is one of the, website. That's all that she knows, and that's all that she do. But and now she's working with us for 11 years. She's my CEO of the company. She helped me run a lot of big clients. All the big name, word speaker, and she's not afraid at all. And right now, she knows how to run the whole thing. If one day, thank God, right, I got upgraded to the heaven, right? She will be able to run the whole company, and all the VAs will be still able to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how amazing she had grown so far. But why am I sharing with you this? The reason why we started this thing is not that, oh my God, I wanted to start an agency, right? But I got a lot of benefit from working with Monique and a team of my virtual assistant. And again, when we first started, I only hire moms or single moms. So we will have a lot of moms. It's like, oh, I'm going to breastfeed real quick. I'll be right back. I get take care of the babies. I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is really fun. And then we got into Tony Robbins environment. I know a lot of you guys have heard of Tony Robbins. If you're not, Google Tony Robbins. He has changed my life and my marriage, and let me understand that I need to live happily, love, with a lot of love, and and through that community, somebody actually told me like, hey, can you teach us how to hire VAs? I was like, I think all of you guys know how to do it. I mean, I've done it for 12 years. You guys are Americans. You guys are smarter than me. You obviously know how to do it. She's like, no, we really have no idea how to work with them. I was like, really? You really have no idea how to work with them? Yeah, because, my VA was MIA, I don't know how to communicate with them. They don't ask any question. I feel like maybe they're lazy, right? All these myths, right? All these things that they don't know about you, right? And then Monique was like, boss, you are so into coaching us, training us, getting us so much better, right? Why don't you try to start this business so that more VAs could be just like me, working from home, raise my children, make really good money, right? Make really good money. You got to see how many bling bling Monique bought, right? Why don't we do this? And that so that more VAs could be like me that, can work from home and, can take care of their children, because a lot of VAs from Philippines, is a product of growing up with the grandparents, right, and no moms and dad, because mom and dad need to make money, and in Philippines it's just really hard to make money. And I remember another story that, and again, if this relates to you, type it down below, right, and say, man, you're speaking my language, right, Phyllis. And one more thing that Monique really told me that really like made me really want to motivated to do it. She also said, boss, like in Philippines, we don't have public transportation. I actually have to hop on a Jeep that somebody owns, right? And go to work in the middle of the night because it's American time zone, right? In the middle of the night. And every day when I get in there, I was just so nervous. I'm worried that this is my last day. What if this person's going to bring me somewhere? I was like, wow, like I never know that there's so much stress inside of it just to try to make ends meet. And then I say, Monique, well, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this or not, but let's try, because I believe that if I found the best VA, right, the right person, right, and all of you guys, if you find the right client, right, or, as a client, if I find the right VA, we can conquer the world because together we are perfect, right? So we're like, well, let's play, let's figure it out, let's do it. And it's been 3 years. It's been an amazing 3 years. We have an amazing community. We have helped at least, we have hired at least 2,000 plus virtual assistant, finding them a good home, finding them a good client. If not, we have at least, educate more than 10,000 virtual assistant, right, to get them a little bit closer to where they need to go. We might not be their home at the end, right, but we definitely have helped them open up their mindset, understand certain concepts so that they can further support themselves, support their family, support their clients, so that they could be, we quote unquote call the super VA. Monique, you wanted to have anything that you wanted to add, or Jack?
Yes, for those who are watching right now, who can relate on the jeepney story here? Right? I think especially those who are working in a call center. Guys, I've worked in a call center for 3 years. And yes, I am working night shift. It's very dangerous outside at that time. I think until today, and you have to ride a jeep, and then it's 10 p.m. Sometimes it's even 12 midnight. Very dangerous. And I thank God I found you. I found you, boss, and I found this virtual community that we have right now. And I am glad that I am a super BP right now because I don't have to travel already. I would be at home, be with my family. I can get food like just walk, and then food is there, and sleep if I need to. And then the best part, you can work in your pajamas. The second best part, okay, you can wake up 5 minutes before coming to work, right? Would you guys agree with me? I think everyone would agree with me on this one. How about you, Jack?
Yeah, totally. How to put it? Like totally concur and empathize with these things, right? For people that are not, say, having got to experience working at home, right? You're always going outside. You're stuck in traffic and unpaid traffic at that, or maybe you're going outside your country, right? That feeling of like being separated from the people that you love, right? Maybe your partner, maybe your parents, right? Or maybe your children. It's just so hard. There's no other way with it. It's like you're never gonna get used to it. And then time and time again, you just have to do that just to find good money, right? But guys, the world is changing nowadays. People might think, virtual assistant working online, it's not really something. I will tell you guys, it's a very broad field, and it's so amazing because you get to earn a lot and good money, like what our CEO mentioned here a while ago. And then you don't have to be like facing the risks or troubles outside, right? You have to go out midnight, you have to commute alone, especially if you're a woman, right? You're a lady. And then if you are a virtual assistant like us, like the others, you just get to enjoy things at home. Yeah, yeah. I can be cooking pancakes right now if I wanted to. So, yeah,
Why
virtual
not?
world is an amazing world. Yeah, very rewarding. Very rewarding.
Yes. And I
Yes.
think that's coming from a seafarer boss, because Jack, for those who do not know, he's a seafarer. He needs to be like away from home, just like an OFW but in the sea. It's so he's away from home. So yes, I think that's why he mentioned that. Thank you so much, Jack, for sharing that.
Yeah, yeah. Again, we know you. I actually went to Philippines the very first time. Super excited about it, very touching about it. And one of the girls that shared the story with us was that they were generational. Like when she grew up, mother wasn't there, right? And she was like, "Man, I want to make sure that my kids have me, right?" And then when it was her turn, she ended up still have to go overseas just to work. And a lot of Filipino really thought that that is the only way. That is, you either work a really low paying job working for the government, right? Or go overseas, and that is the only way. And what we wanted to to ensure that you really know, right, inspire you, is that virtual assistant is really the way, right? Virtual assistant is really the way. And a lot of people that interview with us is like, well, can I really do it? I don't have any experience. I'm not sure what I can do. Well, we are here to help you with this. We're going to give you tips. We're going to give you tricks. We're also going to give you confident that you can do this thing. And we are also going to be opening up our school pretty soon here, either through YouTube or through our inner course. That we'll get the link down below whenever we're ready to get you go through a certain courses together with us, and then we will be presenting you some of the position that we have here. Well, but I have to tell you, applying for us is not that easy. That was a one caveat. There's some people that are waiting for 6 months. There's some people waiting for a year, but there's some people that got it the next day, right? It just all about the power follow up. You're gonna hear a lot of like one liner term that I'm telling you, but again, we want you to come in here. We obviously again we want to find really good people, and we're gonna define what is a super VA for you. But before we define super VA, we wanted to also tell you, right, yeah, especially if you're new here, right? What is a virtual assistant to us, right? So Monique, would you like to add, would you like to share with us what is a virtual assistant? Who are you? Monique, who are you? Jack, who are you? And all of you guys that are watching right here, what is the definition of a virtual assistant in your eyes, so that everybody else that haven't been a virtual assistant, has still been in the BPO industry or OVW, know what is really a virtual assistant. Also, if you can, I know some of you guys are sharing where you're from, right? What is the position that you're doing, right? What is a virtual assistant task that you're doing? You can type it down below while Monique is explaining it to us.
Okay, I think more than what is a virtual assistant for me, I think let me put it in a different way. What's a virtual assistant for others, or how do they see me? Because sometimes people would ask me, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" Initially, I would say I'm a virtual assistant. Is that like, do you do like call center work? Do you take phone calls, or do you just do emails? Do you just like what, check social media? That's it. It's always like that. It's like we're doing no brainer work for some, for those who do not know. But I think, well, a virtual assistant is more than that. But definitely, a super virtual assistant is way, way more than a virtual assistant, which we will discuss later. So, but yeah, there's just a lot of connotation about, it's an easy job. I can log in and log out anytime I want. Virtual assistant is like, it's you earn a lot of money but doing less work. It's a no-brainer task. There's just a lot of things like that. So, but guys, a virtual assistant is that we're like, well, for me, we're like employees, but we work from home. That's first for me. Second is, I am an IT graduate. I can definitely use whatever I have studied here and more. I think for Boss Phyllis, she has asked me to do a lot of things that I cannot imagine I can do. So, meeting with a lot of clients, VVIP clients. Imagine you would be meeting someone who's on stage with Tony Robbins and getting a testimonial from him. Imagine, working with Tony Robbins people. Guys, I cannot ever imagine I would be able to do that. So if you're wondering, what's a virtual assistant? Definitely, it's more than just a no-brainer work. So that's for me.
What about you, Jack? Now you're on highlight. What about you? What is a virtual assistant for you before you even become a virtual assistant?
Yep. For me, back then when I was like hearing, you get to work online, you just work at home. Oh, you can be a virtual assistant. And I was just thinking, like, what is this? Like, are you just like trying to do helping somebody online? Maybe pushing some emails there, maybe just reading something. And it really did not appeal to me back then, because from where I came from, like, you're going around the world and all doing all these things with other people, and it was just like you are just an assistant per se, so it was just like that broad view. And then lo and behold, when I stumbled upon, like one beautiful job post there, I was like, wow, this looks so different. And if this is real, this is something amazing. And then lo and behold, when I came in, the company, and I got to understand the virtual assistant world, it was my mind was blown. I'm being real here, guys. My mind was blown because it was so broad and it was so profound. Like, there are, like, people working in salons, there are people working in the aviation industry, there are people that are coming from the maritime industry like me. And it's not by any means like just some online job. It is something very special, very rewarding, and has a lot of room for growth, especially here in the company. That's why we are here. A virtual assistant world is an amazing kind of job nowadays, and I don't think it's gonna go anywhere anytime soon, but rather it's gonna be the norm more for sure, because now it's a highly technologically advanced world. But I mean, like, working remote, this is the norm, guys. This is the norm. So if you're thinking of maybe shifting a job, go fill up some forms there for us. Try to apply, get in.
Yes, we definitely will, we'll give you guys some information at the bottom, right? So you can click on the link if you're ready to, apply for a job, right? We're here to take care of you. But again, we cannot guarantee you that we're going to get everybody a job, right? Because it is based on the client's need and the client's expectation. But what is a virtual assistant? It's actually simply put, again, everybody have ChatGPT, feel free to Google it, right? It's a person who is assisting, to me, it's the business owner, right? Virtually, right? You're definitely not physical, you're virtual, right? What do? You're assisting, a business owner or get partners to get certain things done. And again, I love the virtual piece. A lot of business owner, we are currently coaching too, that it's like, hey, you do not need somebody physical to help you. You actually just need somebody virtually to help you. And some people actually say, well, hmm, can a virtual assistant help me clean my house? I say yes. They're like, how? We call and book a cleaning company to come clean your house. The cleaning is done. We don't have to do it, but it is done. Am I right? They're like, oh, now it makes sense. I say yes. You need a Starbucks? No problem. I'm gonna get it for you, right? Ding ding, the Starbucks is here, right? So nowadays, especially after COVID, I want you to know, again, internet is getting faster and faster. Computer is getting, more and more convenient. We have more and more apps. Zoom is definitely a good app. If you have not used, go on computer yet, Zoom will be the first one you want to play with because everybody's right now living in the Zoomiverse, Zoom universe, right? Um, but yeah, and the cool part that I really love about this is that because it is virtual, and just like what everybody was saying, where are they from in Philippines? And some people actually will go vacation. Like I remember, Monique went to Taiwan, for a week, and she go vacation, and night she's just working, right? Nothing changed, nothing moved. And a lot of VAs that in our community, they really do go travel the world, right, with their families. You will not see Rachel today, but you will see her, next week, right? She travel all the time. Like, where are you at right now? Oh, I'm here, doing this. I have a meeting. I have this. I have that. I was like, oh my goodness, like you are really living the term of virtual assistant because you can work at anywhere. I'm not sure about anytime, but I will share with you why I say, not anytime, because anytime actually means all the time. But we're going to tell you about that on the following episodes. Okay. But I promise you, every single time you're joining us, you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to learn a lot and you're going to be like, oh, wow, I never thought of that. I know. Because the truth is, I myself, Phyllis, we have spent thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in education. I hope my mom is not watching this right now because she will kill me. And I'm giving all these knowledge to you for free. Okay. And some of those knowledge before we're only giving it to people in our community, right? But now I was like, hey, we need to spread it out to everybody because whether you work with us or not, whether you work with our clients or not, whether you're in our community or not, I still want you to be able to work from home, make good money, and raise your children and be really, really happy. I just think that that is just our right. But man, especially Filipinos, I mean, Asians, I would say, we tend to just focus on the negative things and other things that we don't have. And thus it just almost like ruin our life, like we're just not happy, and not happy is actually like the standard, right? So again, I wanted to I wanted to break the norm, right? I want you to be very happy. I want you to be happy at work. So your mom is thinking that something is weird, something is crazy. How can you make money working from home and still be happy, right? And we are here to do that. And if you hear me, you can relate to me, you connect to me, this is the right channel for you. If you're like, not so much, I don't want to learn, I just want to get a paycheck, and that's it, no problem. Leave the channel and go have fun because we're totally cool. We're gonna have fun with or without you, but still, we're still loving you. All right. So again, go back to virtual assistant, and some of you guys are gonna be typing in, what are you doing? So again, virtual assistant is a very broad term. Okay, it's an assistant that's working virtually, and what do they do? Oh my God, technically everything. I have a tutor that tutored my kids for 3 years so far, right? She used to, she was an ESL teacher, right? And now she is my tutor. I have obviously Monique, used to be my Craigslist poster and then become my EA, right? Then become my COO right now, right? Handling all our clients, right? We have, Grace, who you are going to be seeing soon. She's obviously my EA, handling my emails, my calendars. That's actually one of the most common positions that we have here. There's also people like Rachel, who she's gonna come up tomorrow, but she's right now, handling all the back ends right now. She's handling social media, copywriting, graphics, right? All these beautiful things that you see right now on live channel, it's all done by her, right? We also have somebody like Jack. Jack is hosting a big group training every single day, and he's always positive, and he always helps the VA to solve problems. And we also found out that he has a very sexy radio voice, and now he speak like a a radio DJ, and just create such a good momentum, which we will get him to move it out to you. It's just that he's a little bit shy right now, right? He's a super VA, not a super VP yet, but at least he's a super VA and not just a VA. And we're just so honored that he's no longer hiding at sea, right? He is with us right now. We're just so happy and so honored with it. And ultimately, you might be asking me, Phyllis, how many people do you have in your team as a virtual assistant? Well, at this moment, as counting, we have 53, And in our community active, we have about 250. And in our whole program, we have about 2,000. So do we know a little bit about what is virtual assistant, what is virtual assistant, what is super VP? I might just know just a little bit, a tiny little bit more than you, just tiny little bit, all right? And does Monique know everything? Oh yeah, she knows a lot, especially the firing part. Boss, that person doesn't do good anymore. We need to cut them out, right? You will love her and still love her, all right? And Jackie just always positive there, and be a Jack. I think maybe we need to put the word out, right? Be a Jack, then you will never get fired. I don't know. We need to find something that rhymes, actually. So that is what the definition of a VA, right? A virtual assistant. And now let me explain to you what is a super VA. Again, how did we come up with a super VA? I didn't create the word. We were like, wait, how do we name you guys, right? What would be a good term for you? And this super VA just kind of created. Oh, I think we would like to call super VA. What about intelligent? What about smart? What about kind, right? What about cute? What about smiley, right? No, 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 boss. We love super VA. It was just so cool, and it was like a status quo, right? And at the end, we're just like, all right, let's call it super VA. Even our LLC right now is called Super VA LLC. And again, how did we craft the super VA? Obviously, we use Monique as the person, right? As the mole, right? So it's like be super VA, be Monique, right? No pressure at all, right? She does go to the gym. I don't, so that she can give you the curvy, super VA. But Monique, why don't you tell us what is a super VA? And later on, maybe you guys can share and then we're going to be sharing with you a t-shirt that we created that's super excited, right? Because whenever you are a super VA, we're going to give you a shirt that represents that you are a super VA.
Okay, so for me, a quality that a super VA quality for me first would be someone who goes above and beyond. Just to give you a short story. Yes, boss, you are doing great. Anyways, so one of the best example was when I was starting with Boss Phyllis. I remember when we were doing real estate, I used to work extra 3 hours without asking her for overtime. Again, we're not asking you guys to do this, but this is something that I did on my own because I just want to go above and beyond for her. It's not like, okay, I'll just log in at 8, I'll leave at 5, and I'm done without leaving a mark, without putting any extra effort. No, I did extra 3 hours work for her. Again, we do not want you to do that. But, a super VA would go above and beyond just to make sure that, she would be able to provide the output for your client. And then another example also that I could share is, sometimes boss doesn't want me to do this. I'm very protective of her as well. Sometimes, she's like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. They will not do that. No. For me, a super VA would protect her client at all costs. Because guys, without your client, you don't have a work. Right? So, but besides that, of course, it's because you love them. It's because you love them. A super VA loves the job, loves the boss, loves the company, treat the company as its own. So that's a super VA for me. So how about the
Wow,
others? How
wow,
about you,
wow.
Jack? Mm. Yes, boss.
That is so well put. So, Jack, now tell us, what do you think is a super VA? Since you train all
Oh,
the super VA, you graduate all the super VA. So, teacher, what do you think? What is a super VA? No pressure.
all righty, guys. Yes, what boss mentioned there, I am the trainer in the company, and one of my personal, goal or one of my personal goals inside of me is how to build you guys to become, like from rough diamonds to diamonds, right? Because like it or not, I always mention this to the people that I train and sometimes in onboarding. If all of us here right now, all of you guys watching there, maybe your mother, your father, right, your friends watching with you right now, your what do you call this, your partners, and then if all of us here were CEOs, okay, all of us here are CEOs, and all of us have 1,000 employees. All of them are triple A, same degree, same big school, same everything, right? Same achievements in lives. And you are the CEO and you go to the pantry of your company and maybe you'll see some people there, you get your coffee and you're going to be wondering like, who is that person, right? Is that person working here, right? Out of the 1,000 people, 98% you will not remember them. You might not even know them at all. But out of the 1,000 people, you might remember only 20. 20. The question is, what makes you remember that 20 people out of 1,000? And they have all the same degrees. They have all triple A, qualities. But what would make you remember that 20 out of 1,000? And these would be like some of what our CEO shared here earlier. Our CEO, what she shared as well, right? They go above and beyond. They do things per se, quote unquote, that would be protective of the client. They do things not just transactional per se. They build relationships, right? They have this communicative way of doing things. They express, they share, they lighten up the room, right? And then whenever they're gonna be there, around with their bosses, with their clients, they are just there. They're in the moment and they share amazing things and they collaborate with everybody. And ultimately, they keep on doing these things, these simple things. Now they are building amazing relationship with the people around them. And the beauty of that is, well, one, you're going to get recognized, right? Out of the 1,000, you're going to be remembered. And number two, you are building great quality of a character of you as an individual in the company and outside of the company. And here in Phyllis Song, this is what we mean with us, being a super VA. Yeah. You are an amazing individual that wherever you go, whatever you do, at home or at work, you are somebody remembered. And then when people think about you, it's like there are stars, beside them and you make them smile. Super VAs, amazing people inside and out.
Totally
I love it. I
agree.
love it. I love it. I love exactly what he said, right? And I love what Monique is saying. What I love what Jack is saying. In my perspective, absolutely a super VA, a VA that we hire usually, already come with a good heart, right? Already want to go above and beyond. What we also consider, from my perspective as a super VA is that, ultimately I know you don't come with a lot of the bells and whistles that we're expecting because again, I am America. I have American culture. I am an entrepreneur. You haven't run a business before. You don't know how America look like, right? You don't know how to work with, small business owner that changing things every single day. Hey, today I love this. Tomorrow, never mind. The next day, how come we didn't continue with this? Like we change our mind all the time, and I love it because I love sometimes seeing Monique stressed out, right? But but what I'm saying is that through the program, through this YouTube channel that you're going to be following, studying it over and over again, is that we will turn you to become a super VA. Besides, going above and beyond, have the good heart, support us, be positive all the time, right? Be resourceful. We're also going to be teaching you a lot of the common sense, the common sense that is not so common. Like what one thing that I love to tell people is, you know, um, feedback is love. You're like, what? Feedback is love? Like when somebody give you a feedback, that means I did something wrong. Well, because you are so amazing that we decided to spend more time with you to give you the feedback. Because I would never tell, somebody that I don't hire some feedback to get them better. I mean, usually you won't do that, right? Or you go to the next door neighbor and say, hey, you need to treat your kids this way, that way, whatever way, right? You won't spend time on things that is not important. So feedback is truly love. And the more you open up to feedback, the more you're going to grow, the closer you are going to get with the clients. And again, would you ever learn this, in the regular world, in the university? Maybe you can Google it once in a while. But these are some of the common sense that we will be teaching you. Ultimately, to me, a super VA, kind of like Monique at the very beginning, right? Not the beginning, at the middle, because right now she's a super VP now. But in the middle, it's like before I even say something, she can already anticipate what I need. And if she saw that, like I'm a little like not smiling, she already know, okay, something's going on, and she know exactly what to say to me to calm me down so that I can execute or do things that I need to do. One thing that Monique really do really good on is she knows that I'm very hard on myself, right? And I'm a very love and connection driven person. And the first thing she will tell me is, boss, don't worry, no matter what that is, right? I got you. I got your back. We will figure it out together, right? I will never let you go. And to me, it's like, oh man, like I feel like, I already won half the battle because somebody is, going through this challenge together with me. And that is a super VA. However, most VAs will not say something like that because they might think that, oh, might be too overboard. I might be too shiny if I say that. What if I can't do it? There's so much doubt, and at the end, you just don't speak it out. But simply expressing your feelings, simply speaking out, simply asking questions, turn you to become a super VA because now we know, quote unquote, you are not a VA robot. Okay, you're not a VA robot that I hire and I push a button and you do one thing, I push another button, you do another thing. You will automatically do a lot of things that and you can anticipate and you figure it out together with us. We will be on the creation mode together and executing it together as partners, right? And that is definitely the next phase. But before we talk about the next phase, I know we're running out of time. My God, time flies so fast when you have so much fun. I wanted to share with you, Monique have created what is that called? We have created a shirt and Monique had put on, what is a
mantra.
definition of a mantra? Yeah. What's a super VA, right? In her mind. And a lot of our people in the community is wearing that shirt proudly. So let's show it. And then Monique, you can read it out loud.
Okay, can we see it? Okay, I hope I can read it.
Yes.
It's too. Okay, let me see.
Of
Let me
course you
see.
can read it.
Okay, there you go. I am a super VA, great at finding solutions, excellent in what I do, filled with great ideas, actively engaged in growing your company with you. With Phyllis leading the way, I face challenges with a positive mindset and attitude towards my work. I am dedicated in ensuring your victories. I am loyal and together we make a difference. That's who I am, a super VA, and I am proud of it. Yay!
By Monique Tayak, right? By Monique. Imagine, right? Imagine you one day not just become a super VA, you become a super VP, and you got a shirt from the company and with your name at the bottom.
I
How
know.
proud would you feel, right? And everybody's watching, wearing your shirt with your name, with your name on your shirt. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't that be amazing? Am I right? Wouldn't that be amazing? Am I right? I think Monique's gonna have to shut off the camera and start to cry. She like to tear out quite a bit, right?
I know, I know.
Um, and some of you guys might be asking, well, I keep hearing this thing called the super VP, right? If you look at Monique's name, right, there's this thing called the super VP. So what is a super VP? Would you wanted to share with people what is a super VP?
A
Monique?
super virtual, sorry. Okay, so a super virtual partner goes above beyond, like a super VA because you're a partner with your client already. When you say you're a virtual partner, that means your client cannot live without you anymore. Am I right, boss?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
I think
I don't
that's
want to
that's
admit, but yes.
I think that's the first layer of becoming a super BP. My your client cannot live without you anymore. It doesn't mean like they cannot. Of course they can find another one, but it would be hard for them without you in the company. They would have to start from scratch. So a virtual BP also would be someone who would be, besides going above and beyond, who would be someone who would think like a owner, who would own the position, and without your client being in it, taking out your personal. Oh, I think that's my cat. So there are no there are no personal agendas. It's just thinking about the company, the boss, and the people that you work with. So a virtual BP for me is me. And that's me.
It's still
So
her. It's still her. It is
it's
still
still
her.
me.
But she really named it right, and we actually have successfully, have created a lot of partnership. Again, virtual partner means that you are a partner, right, virtually with the business owner, and we have at least get, tens of them, in our organization so far. I'll say at least close to like 100 maybe, which is just like what she simply put. They cannot live. We cannot live without them, right? So what does that mean, right? One, obviously, oh my God, right? You have this such an amazing title, right? Two is you hold such an important role, and most important thing number three is that you are going to grow old and retire with this client if you choose to, and you no longer have to find another job. And it's time for you to, like live a really good life, right? Do not have to worry about the up and down about life, business. You don't have to re-inject yourself into other things. And if you do it even more right, like what Monique does is right now she have, 50 people underneath her and she can boss anybody around, fire anybody around. So quote unquote, you got a lot of freedom, right? Because everybody is seeing you as a boss. I think that's a pretty good benefit too, right? And your boss buy you a lot of gifts, like whatever you want, right? Sometimes your boss will, have to deal with your
Tantrums.
temper, it's not just me that have temper tantrums, like somebody, right, have temper tantrums too. And I have to deal with it because why? Because I cannot live without her anymore. But all kidding aside, ultimately, we have just such a good relationship right now that, that we just have growing each other together. And will she be the only VP for me in my organization? Most likely not, but she will definitely be the VP for me. And then we will have more VP underneath us in our organization because we're growing really big and really wide, right? And why we want to tell you this? We want you to not just be a VA. VA means that you will change your job all the time. Change your job, change your job, change your job, get the bad client, doesn't know what to do, and like, oh my God, why am I in so bad luck? Right? I keep finding the wrong client, right? Because you're just a VA. There's nothing special about you, and you don't know how to be special, which we are going to help you with that. Then you become a super VA. They're like, oh my God, like, oh, you have never used a VA? Oh, come on, go you get a VA. Fire your local employees. Super VA is the best because they think on their own. They can do everything themselves. They can create system, process, be resourceful, and they got your back, right? Even when you're not working for a whole week or a whole month, right? And then after that, you get a super, and then you grow them into a super VP. Again, the goal for super VA to super VP is we're growing you to become a super VP. You're with the client for a long time, right? Right now, I can tell you, I can be gone for 3 months, 6 months, or a year. And my VP, right, my super VP, Monique, can run the whole company without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? And we want all of you guys to become that. We want all of you guys to say, man, I'm super proud, right? We're going to have to get another shit going, right? I am a super VP. We're going to get you a crystal, award, right? So you can put it in your home. Be proud of yourself, right? Cashing the big check, right? Man, how amazing is that? Am I right? So I know it's already 44 minutes into the live. We say it's going to be 30 minutes, but we're just so excited, to share with you this Super VA channel. I don't know why I'm just like super excited more than anything. But again, Monique and Jack, is there anything else that you guys want to add before we end the live call?
Okay, so for us, for me, I know you guys are currently wondering right now. For those who have been with us in this journey, hi guys, I know you guys are watching. But for those who are first time seeing us, I know you were wondering, is it possible to be in the same spot as I do, or maybe Jack, or maybe Grace, or maybe Rachel, or maybe like Calista, who's been with her client for 2 years, and now she's processing her papers going to Canada in May. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. And guys, this is what we do. We will hire you with your clients. But of course, I know, we know sometimes you are a virtual assistant right now. You have the good qualities, but you don't have to worry because we will be training you. However, of course, before we hire you with your clients, there are processes that we need to do. There we do have our survey form, we do have our application form. We just need you guys to take a moment, fill those out, and then attend the interviews, and we will hire you with the client. Now, after you guys sorry, I'm getting like into business. So after that, you will be trained with you will be trained, guys, for the 30 business days, and it's a paid training. It's a mindset training, and you will be sharing the floor with Jack. And of course, you will be meeting my boss, Phyllis, every Wednesday as well. So, yes, that's her. So, yes, so guys, if you are interested in joining us, please do there you go. Phyllisong.com/VA registration. So yes, if you're wondering, is it possible to be on the same spot as I do and the others? Yes, it is possible. So please start your journey with us, and we will be here with you guys, holding your hand throughout the journey.
All right. Anything
Oh,
that you wanted to share with Jack? I feel like it turned into a commercial now. So,
I know. Sorry, I can't help it.
yeah, most definitely. No, guys, one thing that I would put out here for everybody, and maybe this has not been, maybe you haven't realized it yet, but this is gonna be an aha moment for you. There are a lot of jobs out there in the world, so why apply here, right? This is the simple answer here. When you come inside here, one of the very first things you're gonna hear is that you are not just a number on the side. And this is not this is the norm in the world out there, like it or not, right? We're just being real here. You go inside in the company, hi, hello, goodbye, see you next year, don't care, right? Here, when you come inside here, you're not a number on the side. Number two, being a VA, transitioning to a super VA as we help you hold your hand, ultimately being a super VP, you are being helped here to build relationship with your client wherein you could be just like their best friend. And this is one very special thing that you wouldn't find with a typical work setup out there. So you guys might be wondering there, like you open the links right now, right? You're in the registration form. What is this? What do you call this? What is this? Disc personality? Why personality test? Because here the clients are looking for partners, right? They're not looking for a number on the side. They're looking for like I like the personality of this person. I like the character of this person. And of course you bring your skills, but they value you more than just the skills. And this is one of the special things and not an uncommon thing that you would find here in Phyllis Song. It's also not an uncommon story here that the clients fly to the Philippines or the VAs are being flown to the United States. No kidding. Some even I heard a while ago in training, like I think what maybe 8 days in, client is saying, "Are you okay to have a vacation here 2 months in the United States?" That's like I'm floored. Yeah, that's something amazing. And these are some of just the perks by just coming in here and training with us, building with us, and ultimately enjoying the life that you so much deserve. Now, a lot of people think like, well, it's so hard, working because I don't have time for my family. Well, this might be the answer for you because you can be around your family and go vacation with them whenever you want. Just bring your laptop and some internet, yeah, and you're good to go. Yes, that would be it for me. And yes, very much looking forward to all the people here that might be wanting to come in our Phyllis Song community.
well, I love it. I love it. I love it. Obviously, I will close out, right? Because I'm the boss and I enjoy closing it out. I just want to remind you whether or not you join us, well, you're like, hey guys, this is my first time. And you just want me to join you. I'm not ready yet. I'm to be honest with you, I'm not expecting you to join me anytime soon. I just want you to enjoy this YouTube channel. I just want you to enjoy this Facebook Live, right? I just really want you to learn a lot from us and be very happy because if we change you, we impact, so the world will become a much better place. Okay. And the key commitment that I would love you to do for me is that if you really find some values in this call today about the definition or some aha moment, and what I want you to do is make sure that you copy the link here and post it on your, your Facebook, your YouTube, right? So that they can share with other people who might want to be a VA and don't know how, so that we can train them and teach them so that they don't have to go through a lot of challenges. Okay, a lot of challenges because this is just all for me to give back to, the Super VA community. Okay, and last but not least is that, stay tuned, right? We will be here next week, right? We will be here next week, same time, right? So make sure that you show up, anticipate that we're going to be here, right? And watch our next episode. Ooh, what would the next topic be, and what would you like to discuss? Ultimately, type it down below, let us know. And whatever, which if somebody already posted down like, oh, this is my topic, this is what I really want to learn, this is what I really want to learn. And then if you notice there's some topic that you super like it, just like that comment. Okay, just like that comment. And then what we will do is we will show you, we will go over that with you during the live podcast. Again, this live podcast, we didn't plan it, right? Everything's going by the flow. We want to show you our sincerity, how much we, how much confidence we have, and everything is, literally come from our head, right? So it's not planned, but we really wanted to connect with you really, really well, And if none of you guys, have any topic that you want to share, I will, we will personally train you on how to get that job that you truly desire. How to get the job that you truly desire. Me, I've interviewed many, many times. Monique have interviewed many, many times. Jack have trained many, many times. So we're gonna be able to share with you a lot of the tips, trick, and some of the myth of how you'll be able to get a job easily and quickly. So, if any of your friends and family are looking for a job, please tell them to show up so that we can coach them, teach them on how they can find a job as quickly as possible. And if you have been applying for a Phyllis Song community position for more than a year, show up so that we can get you through to get a job with us quickly. All right. Well, that's it. Happy Friday night in the United States. Happy Saturday morning, right, in Philippines. My God, the food there is amazing. So please go to the mall, have some amazing food, hang out with your family, right, and enjoy the wonderful weekend. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Yay! Happy weekend!
Bye bye.